Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2 Irish Spring. This is our tutorial series where we are just taking a look at some of the systems and things inside of Crusader Kings 2 that maybe are a little bit hard to understand for newer Crusader Kings 2 players. This isn't intended to be any kind of a min-max type series where we're really going to dig in on specific strategies and things, but instead it's just for people who maybe want to get started with Crusader Kings 2 but don't maybe know necessarily where. So anyways, so been a few days. I do apologize. I had a birthday, go me, and I was a little sick on my birthday, but not too bad. And then my wife and I went out of town to celebrate my birthday, so I do apologize for the lapse in content. I know that some of you have been asking about it, and yeah. So, I would never just abandon a series without giving some sort of an explanation at the end of a video. So, especially one that actually has active participators in the comments, such as these. So, okay. Also, there's not going to be any face cam for this episode, maybe the next few episodes, just because it's nighttime as I'm recording. And it's hot in my office, and I don't really feel like turning on the light for the camera capture. So, and it would look like kind of like Dookie without a light on. So, all right. Well, what's going on right now? I'm completely, sort of lost. I can tell that we have currently 5 counties under us. I do recall that we pushed the claim of the Earl Olav of Ermumain for Ostrage, so now he possesses both of those. He does love us. We are his heir. We would, it would be cool if we could get rid of him. We could switch our focus away from hunting over to something like the intrigue focus, and then spy on him, and we might have a random chance to kill him. We could do that instead of hunting. Maybe once we're not ill anymore, maybe we'll switch over. A person in the comments kind of was talking to me about the net gain from being in the hunting focus. And the person that I was talking to basically was saying that, how much prestige are you going to gain for getting the white stag versus how much prestige are you going to spend on field hunts? And I agree that pretty much every time I've done hunting before, the hunting focus, I've never came out on the positive side with the white stag. Well, I can't say never. I have got the white stag or white bear or whatever, white tiger, fairly early on before, which would result in a net positive for prestige. But generally, the reason that you do that is just for the title and so that you can get that plus to martial, which, one martial doesn't sound like much, and it isn't really that much, but if you get enough pluses to martial, then you're talking about a pretty good amount of troops. So, but still, it's not so much so that we need to blind ourselves to other options. If there are other focus options that we could have that might be better for us at this point, then we can go ahead and do it. So I'm thinking maybe we go intrigue focus and spy on him. And try to off him so that we can take his counties, which would be really cool. Alright. We're going to wait till we're not ill, though, for that. What else is going on? We can create the Duchy of Leinster, but we've already said we're not going to do that. Title loss on succession, Lagan. We would lose Lagan. So I'm guessing, yes, he's only 13. So when he becomes 16, we can set him up as a successor here. Yeah. And that will take him out of the inheritance, which is good. I mean, we are ill, but we're probably not going to die here. So this is not really worth worrying about. Weak claims can be pressed. We have a weak claim for Tir Chonail up here. Nobody who's landed, just some courtiers. So we're probably not going to press that. Grand Principality of Kiev for my son-in-law. which that's really far away. So I don't really want to mess with that, and that's really far away too. So we'll just dismiss that. Do we have any claims? We have a strong claim on Sildara. Sildara is allied with Deobarth. Yeah, so we were waiting on one of them to die before we go to war. We can take one of them by ourselves, but both of them at the same time might be a tall order. I'm not sure. So, alright, well. So what we're basically going to be doing is we're going to wait till we're not ill anymore, and we're also waiting for one of our children to become 16 so that we can make sure that our inheritance is secure. Who's this? Maria. Ah, okay. I stood by the stained glass windows and tried to look through them when the priest approached me and asked me what I thought about them. A courtier by my side spoke before I managed to say some very unfair opinions about the multitude of colors used. It saved me, but only for a minute. Your hunting dog needs proper training. If he is to perform well during hunts, perhaps you should take a hand in this yourself. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I've never done this one before. It gains you 20 prestige, and I'm not sure if there's more down that event path. I've always done this train personally thing, and the reason that I do that is because there's a chance that when you train your dog personally, a lot of good things can happen. You can pick up the strong trait. You can also pick up diligent, I believe, and I think just having the dog in general can help you to lose stressed or depressed. So we're going to train him personally. I tried to get away with repeating Ruadri's opinion about the stained glass window, but his probing questions made me confess in the end. I hated the colors, and the motif was just stupid. The priest thought it to be unfair. So Ruadri here despises our arbitrariness. The fact that we don't have a strong opinion about something. We just don't really care. That's what arbitrary means. Okay, so we woke this morning feeling much better. The illness has passed. Very good, very good. We don't want to die. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch our focus over to intrigue. Now, this focus is going to unlock spy on, which is what we're wanting to use, and free from captivity, which we don't really need right now. But we're going to set our sights on spying on that Earl. And it will give us a +3 to intrigue, so it's going to boost our intrigue from 5 to 8. Now, switching from hunting is going to make us lose 1 health, and we're going to lose 2 martials. So we're going to go down to 9 martial, which is going to make us lose a little bit of levies. A little bit. I mean, we can look and see. So right now, from our domain, we have 3725. That's pretty good. So we'll see how much we lose. But we will not lose the hunting dog. Once you have the hunting dog, that's already, it's already happened. The event where you get the hunting dog, you don't lose the hunting dog if you switch your focus. So, just like if you go scholarship focus and you build the observatory, you don't lose the observatory. So, all right, let's do it. So we switched focuses. Now let's spy on this guy. Keep an eye on Earl Olav of Ermumain in the hopes of uncovering his darkest secrets. Might allow you to blackmail, level treason charges against, or even murder him. Requires the intrigue focus. So that is perfect for what we want. If we kill him, that's great. If we level treason charges against him, that gives us the opportunity to imprison him, and he might raise his flag in rebellion against us, which will let us... Basically, at the end of the war, we automatically imprison him, and then we can revoke his titles and leave him in prison, which is great. So, blackmail basically just would get us money, but that's not really what we're looking for. Money's good, but I and my trusted snoops and sneaks keep a very close eye on the activities of Earl Olav of Ermumain. A close eye, indeed. This guy is our spy master. It's pretty funny. We're spying on our spy master. I mean, he likes us a lot, but, I want his counties, I want his counties to be mine. Concobar saved me from a huge bear. Thanks, cuz. I approve of your bravery. I have grown fond of you, apparently. So it looks like we are fabricating claims in Briefny right now, okay. And what else we're doing? Collecting taxes. We're studying technology in Paris. You know, we could double up on this and have our spymaster scheme here in Maine to try to. That's actually he can't. I'm dumb. He can't scheme on himself. He's not going to find his own plots, I don't think. So I'm dumb. Otherwise, I would have done that a long time ago. Okay, so we're going to have an increase to our levy reinforcement rate, which doesn't really help us right now because we're full on levies. But if we went to war, it would help us. Daughter was born to Erinach, MacBrien, and Fidelm Nicdonchid, named Erok. Who's this? My grandson, who is attractive, lacks a focus. So he could, theoretically, you know, with some law changes, he could inherit, you know, at some point in time down the road. So, you know what? Let's go. If we go thrift, there's a chance we get him to be quick. If we go struggle, there's a chance we could get him to become strong. Let's go struggle. See if we can get him to become strong. That would be really cool. See, there it is. In the past months, you've been spending a lot of time outside training your trusty hunting dog. You find the combination of daily physical exercise and fresh air are doing wonders for your health and constitution. Hunter, catch. So I wonder if it's a situation where if you already have diligent, then you can get strong. But anyways, diligent is very good. Very good. Gives you +1 to all your stats, and then it also gives you opinion. So, Malise, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I have discovered a plot where Gruffid Aberfaw seeks to kill Erinach MacBrien. Okay. So who are you trying to kill? You're trying to kill... Okay, you're trying to kill my son, my strong son, who is the heir to the bishopric of Sildara. I'm just going to tell him to stop the plot. Because I do like the fact that he has some good claims here. And I don't really want to throw him in jail. So, thank you, Earl Olav. So we can reassign him on the 10th of September, which we will definitely be doing. Once I assigned him, it all clicked into place, and I was like, that's why I'm not doing that. It's because he's not going to be able to dig up dirt on himself. I've seen some pretty funny things in CK2 before, but I don't think that's one of the things that can happen. If it's ever happened to you, let me know. At least recently. Because, you know, generally, they've, you know, since the game's come out, they've done a pretty good job of trying to stamp out weird things like that. We can't get to Constantinople. I guess we don't have the diplomatic range. So we were studying in Paris. Maybe we should study here in Middlesex. Let's send him on a little trip over there to England. See what he can see. I'm not having much luck spying on Earl Olav. Perhaps I should focus my efforts this way. So this is basically you're going to see this happen a lot when you're spying on people, and it doesn't mean that you're never going to find anything on this person. It just means you haven't found anything at that particular time. So you do have the option of changing to a different target, but normally just, you know, keep on keeping on. So we're sure he's up to something. Eventually, you can have it can and will pop with you can make stuff up, basically, but there's like a chance, I think, that it can go very, very wrong if you do that. Pope Innocentius II has died and been succeeded by Pope Eugenius IV. Is that the anti-pope? Yeah, it is the anti-pope. So none of the popes like me at this point because I'm not crusading. Yeah, just not really in the cards for me at this point. Sorry, guys. The assassins spread to Syria. The Hashashin, the elusive order of assassins, have expanded their influence into Syria. A branch of their sect has established itself in the mountain fortress of Masyaf, from where they control the surrounding countryside. All across the Holy Land, the assassins are now hunting those that they see as obstacles to their obscure plans. Perhaps those Hashashin should be taken seriously. Maybe. What are we going to spend our money on? We have 500 gold now. Do we want to spend some money? Do we want to try to hang on to it for a war chest? What do we want to do with this? I think we're probably going to spend some of it. Since we know we're going to keep Desmumane now. Let's go with a militia training ground. It's pretty cheap. Get a lot of, you know, lower tier soldiers out of it. I don't mind spending the money. You know, this early in the game, I'm not terribly worried about my troop composition. Because the forces that we're going up against probably aren't going to have very good troop composition either. So I typically don't worry too much about my troop comp until I become like a king. And I'm facing bigger armies as well. Or, you know, I mean, you're a king, you have multiple threats against you, so you want to try to, you know, get out of battle with as many troops as you can. And if you've got a really good troop comp, I've seen some pretty amazing lack of loss before in battles with like good troop comp, and if you use the terrain to your advantage, you can make it out of huge battles with just very little losses compared to them. Well, we're still not having any luck, but we're going to keep on keeping on with it because, you know, what else would we do with it? What else would we do? I'm sure we'll find him up to something. Okay, who is this? My grandson. Is this the, yeah, this is the eldest. So we sent him, okay, we sent him struggle as well. And he picked up brooding. Ooh, they added something in there. Nice. Can develop into proud, arbitrary, or cruel. Can develop into just, wroth, or envious. So we would want to intervene on the haughty here. Brooding could become just, and wrath wouldn't be the end of the world. Envious does kind of suck. So we probably want to send him haughty and brooding. I think brooding is good for stewardship, but haughty kind of cancels that out. So let's just send him marshal. And now we need to figure out. It's been a while since I've played, so I don't completely remember the interventions on this. So let me pull that up real quick. My apologies. Normally I have this pulled up already, so I don't have to take time out of the recording. Okay, so haughty, if you assign them to an ambitious guardian, they will become, or they have a chance to become ambitious, which would be fine. That would be fine. Ambitious. Okay. You're Irish? Yes, you are. Brilliant strategist. This guy's brilliant strategist, strong, Irish, and he likes us. Yeah. Murchad, the commander of Mumu. I want you to tutor young Brian McPhersu. Oop. Yeah, we're gonna keep on with this. It's probably a pretty low chance to find anything or to get that death thing. It also probably what's hurting us is the fact that his intrigue is pretty high and our intrigue is pretty low. But we could still get events while we're in this focus to help us to improve our intrigue, which would be good. We would like to improve our intrigue. So what's going on elsewhere in the Isles here? Well, we've got Henry Godwin won the 100 Years' War, so Anglo-Saxons ruling there. And it looks like Gwynedd has the northern part of Wales, and the southern part of Wales is still broken up into 3 different pieces. Of course, this is also de jure part of Wales, but if you start after 1066, this will be a part of England. And then Scotland, King Donald III, is really the Isles. King Harold of the Isles is attacking Donald of Scotland. Harold of the Isles? What? Really? You got some allies or something? Wow, he's got a lot of troops for being so small like that. Okay, yeah. Oh, so we've increased our opinion, or we've increased the Pope's opinion of us. Very good, because he does not like us a whole lot right now. All right, well, I guess we'll put a cut in there. That was a pretty uneventful video, but you know that's going to happen early on in CK2. I mean, we could attack Sildar here, but you know, thing is he's got 2.5k troops. He's got 2.6. That's 5,000 troops just right there. We only have 4,400, so we would have to, you know, summon up some mercs, and I really don't like paying for mercs unless I'm going to be able to use them in multiple wars. So sometimes it's necessary. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's necessary, but at this stage, I think it would be better for us just to hold off. All right, guys. Well, we'll put a cut in there, and in our next video, hopefully we dig up some dirt on Earl Olaf of Ermumain. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and until next time, game on.